Hi, it's me, Vamp. And as usual, we're going to switch this up. And it's not really switching up, we're just splitting it into two parts. Basically, part A, part B, part one, part two, whatever you want to call it. The first section, we talk about Warframe related stuff. Second section, anything else that comes to mind or what I feel like sharing, what's going on, or some cool thing that happened or whatnot. But without further ado, let's just get into it. So, yeah. Okay. Warframe. We have a little and a lot to cover at the same time when it comes to Warframe. So I guess let's just start, shall we? Okay. So this is news to me, by the way. I just found out like yesterday, maybe a day ago, there's a rumor afloat, and I don't know if it's true or not, but a lot of sites are reporting it as rumored news, or some even go as far as saying news. So it could be, which frankly it would explain a lot. I'll go into detail about it more in a bit, but okay. So the rumor is that Warframe is becoming a mobile game. I mean, not just the companion app they have now, but getting a true Warframe mobile version. Now, I don't know if this entails just like a little, you walk up to the screen, press next type thing. You went on an adventure, you came back with 5,000 credits. You know, something lame like that. Or if it's going to be like a full on, you fight enemies and stuff. Or is it just going to be like a in between? I don't know if you guys remember, but this was a long time ago. Borderlands actually made a mobile game thing. It was like defeat waves of enemies. Honestly, I wouldn't mind something like that. A mixture between Warframe and Raid Shadow Legends. If you guys don't know what Raid Shadow Legends is, it's a mobile game. You can check out my YouTube channel. Called Vamp Plays. If you want to know more about that, yes, shameless self promotion. Moving on, but I'll be honest. This would make, like I said, a lot of sense if it were true because there are some microtransaction questionable choices I've seen in Warframe. This started back with the Lich system. When the Lich system was first released, we got like a ton of extra microtransactions. Basically microtransactions. Like you could spend plat on buying the Lich, the Kuba relic pack. So you could essentially, you could spend plat to buy the Requiem mods, which you need for this stuff. Which, further on, if you play Warframe a lot like I do, or stream Warframe regularly like I do, you will know that it's not that hard to get those mods. And then there was this whole, but in the beginning, it gave you the edge if you were willing to spend the money on it, as microtransactions do. And you know what is known for microtransaction? Mobile games. Yes, mobile games super known for microtransaction. So that's why this makes a bit of sense in some regard. Like if they were going to be going that route, that's why this makes sense at all because of the fact that a microtransaction, they went real heavy on them. But it seems like they're sort of testing the water, see if it's a feasible thing. Now, there also is another microtransaction that I don't know if some of you guys remember, but they were testing out the possibility of it being a microtransaction. It's a void trade. Void trader has it every so off rotation. You could buy it with Prime Access for Atlas Prime. Yes, I'm talking about the mod drop chance booster. Now that met with a lot of terrible feedback because what they did is they had ended up nerfing it, so Necros and all the other frames that give you stuff, Necrotydrate and stuff, they have made it so those couldn't work together anymore. Then they released the mod drop chance booster. So the community, and rightfully so, were up in arms about that. They reverted the changes for that, but I couldn't help but notice, as far as the last time I checked, I do not see the ability to buy it in the market yet, not the mod drop chance booster. So we would see what happened there. They could add that as maybe like a dollar transaction or something. Technically, 75 plat costs about $5, give or take. So, and a 3-day booster costs you 40 plat. So that's roughly $2. So, I mean, they'd have to mix with the numbers a bit and stuff if they wanted to work this for mobile. And they would have to also decide if they want it to sort of be mobile with the main game, Warframe. If it's just Warframe on mobile, port your account, or if it's something like everything you do in the mobile version actually helps you on the non-mobile version. People might be more down for that. I'll be honest, I would. If that was the case, if there were like little side mobile exclusive adventures, I'd really enjoy that. I'd do that no problem because as it stands right now, if I'm being honest, there's no reason for me to stream on mobile over streaming on PS4 like I normally do, or on PC, or on Switch. So we will see what happens with that. Now we're gonna go away from mobile for a moment. So, or maybe longer than a moment. Who knows? Who knows? But we are still talking about Warframe. And what I have to say is that the dev stream happened not too long ago. For those of you guys that don't know, officially the Broken Warframe won the community Warframe. The last community Warframe was Nova, so everyone had high hopes for the Broken Warframe. The Broken Warframe, how the concept, how it was pitched to us, is it's going to be like kind of like a glitch frame. But I already mentioned in a video on my YouTube channel, Warframe Madness, that I am a little iffy about how that's going to work because from a coding point of view, it's very hard to make things that aren't bugs but look like bugs. So yeah, things that look like glitches or bugs, but they aren't actually glitches or bugs. It's actually a lot harder to make that than you'd think. So I'm interested to see how that turns out, but that's only one of two frames coming soon. The first frame we're getting before we get the broken frame is actually, I'll be honest, at the top of my head, I forget that frame's name. Let's see if I have it on the paper somewhere here. Portia, that's in there. He deals with time. Her 4 deals with time. He seems like an interesting frame. I'll have to play her to see how good she is and whatnot. But yeah, and those are the 2 new frames coming. Now, they are doing some interesting things in Warframe. They did something which seemed like they drew inspiration from DMC Devil May Cry, in my opinion, because apparently there's a thing with the Corvus event, you'll be able to pay a coin to go in another area, which is a timed challenge. I'll be interested to see what the rewards in there are, because the rewards in DMC Devil May Cry for time challenges are things like your health bar is bigger or whatnot. And Warframe isn't exactly that kind of game. Mods are what rule everything in Warframe. Mods are what decide how much health you have. Mods are what decide how much energy you'll have. So I'll be interested to see about that. And if they only do that, maybe they can find a way to integrate mobile. So I'll be honest, I am not entirely sure if the mobile thing is true or not. If you look at the microtransaction side of stuff that looks like they've been testing, then it looks like it could be true. I'm not sure. I kind of hope it is true. 1, because I want to check out how it is. 2, because I'm a content creator. More content is always better than less content. And 3, because I know the community as a whole will be more happy, not necessarily happy with the idea of a mobile Warframe, but happy with the idea that DE has been doing more stuff behind the scenes, that they haven't just been like radio silent and stuff like that. And that's actually all I have for this Warframe part. We might talk about Warframe in the next part, might not, but yeah. Okay, so first of all, in the second part, I guess I should mention first that I've been trying to grow my channel, okay? All of my channels and stuff, but particularly my Vamp Plays YouTube channel. The reason I mention that particularly is because I actually have a goal, which my goal I set for myself at the beginning of the year, a very ambitious goal I might add, which is to have 1K subscribers on that channel by the end of the year. Now, I'll be honest, I've looked at sites like Social Blade and stuff, and it basically told me that's not going to happen based on its predictive thing. But I'm hoping we can prove it wrong. I really, really am. But with that said, there is an actual reason I mentioned my Vamp Plays YouTube channel other than shameless self-promotion, which is the fact that I've been I've been doing a lot of Magic the Gathering content on that channel. Well, what I'm also thinking about, and I really am thinking about this, I'm thinking about either getting a game like Doom Eternal or Animal Crossing and see what happens there. But The more I look at Animal Crossing, as much as I like the idea of Animal Crossing, it seems like a lot of work. Now, I'll elaborate about that. What I mean by it seems like a lot of work is just what I said. Animal Crossing is one of the, it's based on the time on your Nintendo Switch. So, like if 5 hours in real life passed, 5 hours passed on the Nintendo Switch. Now, apparently, it's very slow, very casual, which is why a lot of people do what's called time traveling, which is when you change your time on your whenever a game goes by the time that's on the device, you can move the time of the device up like a couple months, couple years, whatever. And that's called time traveling. It technically, most people don't consider it cheating, but I guess from a developer point of view, it would be considered cheating. But anyway, either way, if you did that, then I guess you would. Apparently, people have done that, and then they have people who've moved away from their island in Animal Crossing. They have bunches of like weeds and stuff because they didn't keep up the lawn and stuff. And it just gets me to thinking, is that something that I'll have to do? Keep up everything every day? Because of the fact that I create content, I make this podcast, I stream, all that jazz. So I'm kind of wondering, that's what I'm worried about if I get a game like Animal Crossing. Will I be able to actually sit down and do it? Is it something I have to get on every day? If I do have to get on it every day, then I'm afraid it is not going to last. So that's what makes me say, no, I don't want to get. There is another game, however, which I may want to get. And, I'm not made of money, so I'm doing my research on game before I pick them up. If it seems like way too much work or something, I usually will shy away from it because, like I said, I want something that I can just kind of do casually, pick up casually and stuff. There are games I review and stuff because that's also what I do. But most of those games I get free from the, publisher, and then I review them. It's one off. Some of those games I will play regularly. My point is I do have a backlog of games, so if I just want to get some generic game, I could just get some generic game. Now, the clicking you may have heard not too long ago, I'm actually looking up a game and I'm going to try to type in a game. Trials of Mana is the game. And it's $50. I can see why a lot of people were surprised about this game because $50 is more than what a game of this caliber usually consists of. What I mean by this caliber is because normally games in general, what will happen is that if they're like remakes of games from the past, they will actually be a bit cheaper. Now, I did talk over my words there a bit because I am actually looking right now at the sale because there is a sale right now. Ooh, Devil May Cry 5 is on sale. I may check that out. I actually do like the Devil May Cry game. Well, I've only played DMC Devil May Cry, which I enjoyed quite a bit. I really enjoyed it, okay, guys? Really enjoyed it quite a bit. But why am I rambling about video games now? Well, I did say that it could be about whatever. And let's take a break from rambling about video games to talk about TV shows, I guess. Then the TV show called Broke. I'm on a fence about it. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to stick around because there used to be the TV show called Abby's, which basically like Abby owned a bar type thing. It didn't stick around. I liked it quite a bit though, but it got cut off. Okay, but see, the thing is, we live in different times right now, so people seem like they will watch a lot of shows they might not normally watch. And that's really all I have here. We talked about TV shows, we talked about video games, we talked about content creation. The only thing we haven't talked about is food, which, if you want to get that in, I ate some Fruit Loops like right before I decided I was going to start this whole thing. Yeah, I eat Fruit Loops. I like Fruit Loops. I'm a grown up. I like Fruit Loops, okay? Fruit Loops are good. They're a good cereal, and yeah, that's all I really want to mention. But closing statement, I will say this: the whole mobile thing seems like where things are headed right now. I mean, okay, they were headed. That's the thing. It could go one of two ways. Mobile thing go horribly wrong or go very good. If you are going to make a mobile game, I feel like there should be a desktop client nowadays. Now, I play a game called Raid Shadow Legends, but I play it using the desktop client over the mobile version. But that's just me. And yeah, with that said, I'll catch you guys in the future. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Later.